welcome to our channel and welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all come on in. Today we are going to have what I call a very American cassoulet. A cassoulet is French. It takes a long time to make a true cassoulet, but you can get away with an afternoon if you know what you're doing and you can just get it together and get it done. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to call it the very American cassoulet. If y'all watched our channel any length of time, you know I like to get in the kitchen and out. You know, that's just the way it is. I'm busy, I have lots to do, but I still want to put a really nice dinner on the table. A cassoulet is very time consuming, but I have kind of streamlined it and brought it down to where I can do it in basically a day with a lot of time in between. So let's get started and I'll show you how we streamline. The first thing you're going to want to do is the night before, you're going to take whatever kind of beans you like, white beans. You can use navy beans, Great Northern, cannellini, just whatever your favorite bean is. Go ahead and get them cleaned out, get them soaking, soak them overnight. In the morning, you'll want to rinse them again, put them in your pot. Put just enough water to cover them. No salt, no seasoning, no meat, no nothing. Just your beans and cover them with water. And when you probably simmer about an hour. Generally for a white bean that's been soaked, it generally only takes about an hour. And they're going to look just like this. Just nice beans, just done. And now we're going to get these off the stove because I need the space. Now we're going to get into the ingredients. Obviously, you're going to need those beans. Then you're going to need some sausage of your choice, whatever kind of sausage you like. Some colored mixed bell peppers. These I've had frozen, so they look kind of yucky, but they still taste good. Need some thyme, some garlic, a little flour, some bacon. You're going to need anywhere from 6 to 8 pieces of dark meat chicken and thigh meat. Whoops. Yep, you're going to need some olive oil. You're going to need 1 cup of tomatoes. So that'd be like a half a can if you're using canned tomatoes. These are mine, so I'm just going to use half. Some chicken broth. I already had this made up, so that's what we're going to use today. And the veggies you're going to need is 1 really good, nice size onion or 2 small ones, 4 or 5 carrots, and 5 or 6 sticks of celery. And we're going to get those cut up right now. Okay, as far as the peppers go, like I said, they were frozen. So I froze them in little strips. So that's the way they're going to go in the cassoulet today. So I don't have to do anything with that. The carrots, I have this nifty little tool I got from Temu, and I'm just going to go just like that in kind of a chunk. You want them kind of like in half inch, at least half inch, because this is going to cook for a while and you really don't want it, to cook all the pieces. So kind of like that. We're just going to do them all like that. Okay, we're gonna get this eye on, just like that. And we're gonna need a really big pot for this, a really big pot. All right, we're gonna let this pot get nice and hot on the bottom, and then we're gonna add that olive oil. Okay, now we're just gonna put a couple of tablespoons of our olive oil in there, just about like that. And in go our onion. There you go. Hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear. All right. Get those onions in there. Now we're just going to give them a little stir around, get a little bit of that olive oil on all of it. And then we're just going to leave it set just like that while we move on to the next step. Now I'm going to cut up about a half a pack of this bacon. I'm just going to actually just cut it right down the center. I'm going to save that side, and I'm going to use that nice fatty side. And we're going to cut that in about a half-inch pieces, just like that. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to get our stove lit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to light both eyes because I have a nice big fish cooker. Well, I didn't light it that time. But anyway, I have a nice big fish cooker, so I can cook all these veggies, all these meats at one time. If you don't have that, you'll probably have to make 2 batches. But I'm lucky enough to have it, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to get like a medium heat on both of these eyes. And I'm going to set my big fish cooker on top of both eyes. Okay, now I don't want my pan hot. Bacon is the only thing that I do not heat the pan bottom up for. I don't know why, but Granny said that you don't do it. You just put your bacon in a cold pan. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start rendering that bacon down so that we get some fat. While that bacon's rendering, let's go ahead and give those onions a good little stir around. You don't want them to get too brown, but you do want them getting soft. So another couple of minutes and we'll add some more to this pot. Okay. Now we need to stir that bacon. It's starting to render just a little bit. Just move it around a little bit. Make sure you're not sticking, but you're rendering. And we're going to need a little bit more than that. So just leave it go. Okay, now my onions are nice and soft. We're going to add the rest of those veggies in there. I'm just going to drop them right off the cutting board. There we go. Add my bell peppers. Give all that a good stir. Start letting that render down. Or, well, not necessarily render down, but they're going to soften up. Let's call it that. There we go. Bang, bangity, bang, bang. Okay, now we're just going to give those another little good stir. See how they're starting to brown on one side? And I've got a little bit of fat in the bottom. So now we need to salt and pepper that chicken. Okay, now this part is entirely up to you. You can take the skin off or you can leave the skin on. I'm going to leave it on. I don't have a problem with chicken skin. I'm just going to leave it on. I'm going to lightly salt that chicken and I'm going to set it right on top of that bacon. And I'm going to leave room in between my pieces. I don't want them steaming, I want them to brown. So we're gonna just make sure that we have plenty of room in between the pieces that they can brown. And because I'm cooking this, only browning it in this, and then it's going to go into a liquid, I'm not necessarily worried about the skin side down because I'm going to flip it both ways and then it's going into this bigger pot. So we're good to go. And I didn't leave quite enough room, so I got to move this just a little bit more. Last chicken in. Now I have my sausage, and it has to go in there too. Here we go. In they go. I'm still crowding this. As big as this pan is, I am still crowding this pan, but we're going to make it work. In we go. Here we go. And I wasn't worried necessarily about putting the pepper on both sides. Because like I said, I'm going to be putting it in liquid and it's going to go all over anyway. So we're just going to pepper that one side. Chicken's in. Let's come back over here and give this a good stir. Make sure we don't have any sticking. We got enough oil in there. And we're cooking those veggies down. And every now and then you just want to go in there and stir it up. Put what was on the top on the bottom. Just like that. Now it's been about, I don't know, 4 minutes, and we're going to check this chicken and see if it's browning. Okay, it's been a few minutes. We're going to check this again. Yep, we got a nice little bit of color, so we're going to flip that one. Yep, got a little color there. Check our sausage. Not really. We'll leave that there. Check this one. Nope. Nope. Oh yeah, that one's nice. That one's nice. That one's got a little color, but I'm gonna flip it back over anyway. There we go. Okay, my veggies are getting a little softer now. They're not in any way done, but they are getting softer. So it's time to add 2 tablespoons of garlic. And we're going to get that good and incorporate it in there. And as soon as you can smell it, we're going to add the tomatoes. Which is right now. So we're going to add our 1 cup of tomatoes. About that much. Then give that a stir. And now we need around 4 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth, whatever you have. 1, 2, 3. And I know this is not an exact measure when I'm using this, but it's close enough. Gonna give that a little stir. Everything. Now we need 1 tablespoon of thyme. And I'm not going to add any salt because my chicken stock had quite a bit of salt. So I won't add salt until the very end after I've added my navy beans and everything. Right, we're gonna check for brownness on this side. Yeah, look at there. There we are. But I'm gonna put this one back over because it's not quite as brown as I'd like. That one's nice and brown. That one could use a little. That one's brown. That's nice and brown. That's good. Let's see about this sausage. We're going to give it another flip. Randy's telling me that it looks good just like it is, that he doesn't want the beans in it. And I said, well, if you don't put beans in it, it's not a cassoulet. And we're not going to do that. We're going to put those beans in there. Beans are good for you, and you have them in your stockpile, and you need to use them. Now that I'm brown, good and brown on both sides, we're going to transfer that into our big pot. Right on top. Go. All right, and now I need Randy to help me with the next ingredient. He's gonna have to do it for me. Randy wants me to make sure, I am gonna get the bacon. That's part of it. But I was gonna scrape it after he picked it up. No, he's saying, do it now. Okay, ready? Everything goes in the pot. Y'all know it's hot. All right, there we go. Everything in the pot. All right, now all that's left to do is cook that chicken and soften those vegetables. Probably around 45 minutes and your chicken should be done. We'll check back then. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes and my chicken, I'm sure, is done. Now what I'm gonna do is take my sausage out, set it to the side. Because I'm sure it's done now, and we're gonna slice that up. I know I got 4. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay. Get those out. Okay, now I'm gonna move the chicken out of the center because I need to thicken this up just a little bit. It's a little runny. And I'm gonna show you a little secret how to do this without any lumps. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna sink that down in there and we're just gonna spin it. That. We're going to move that around inside the pot. We're going to go back down in there. And I'm going to just do that for about a minute more. And take that out. No lumps. Give that a little stir in there. We're going to leave the lid off for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add our beans. Okay, and this is a 1 scoop ladle. So I just need 4 of those. So that's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. And we're just going to stir those in. And they're already cooked. If you didn't want to make a pot of beans, you could just open a couple of cans. That would give you your 4 cups of beans. And now all we're waiting on now is for those beans to warm up. Okay, my beans are in the pot, and now I need to take my sausage and slice it in nice little bite-sized pieces and put it right back in the pot. And it's still nice and hot, so as soon as those beans are hot and my sausage is hot, We're gonna be having a feast. In they go. Taste test time. Come on, Randy.
I don't want to.
I know you don't want to, but you're gonna have to.
No, you wouldn't do my taste test the other night.
I wouldn't do his taste test, but he's gonna do mine. So come on, let's go. I need some applause. Y'all give him some applause. Come on.
Okay.
All right.
It's only because I'm hungry
Right.
and I want to eat. I've been watching this the whole time. It is, I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it. It is really good.
Oh yeah, he's already been sampling. I kept telling him, stay out of it, stay out of it. No, he's sampling.
No, this whole thing is just fabulous. What's this called again?
A chicken and sausage cassoulet. Cassoulet.
Cassoulet.
Cassoulet. I think I'm saying it right. I hope I'm saying it right, since I've said it a dozen times.
You know, the chicken, it's absorbed all that flavor and everything with it. Boy, that is really good. Cook that chicken and that sausage in there with that bacon. Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm going to go eat. All right. Y'all have a good one. And I'm out. Oh, thank you for the applause, buddy.
Y'all like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.